I don't think people really understand the magnitude of 100 airstrikes in 10 minutes on a country that is 135 miles long from top to bottom, by the way. They are flattening buildings full of innocent people, civilians that have nothing to do with the war, nothing to do with the conflict at all. Gone. No evacuations, no warnings, no nothing. This is called indiscriminate bombings. This is exactly what they did in Gaza, and they literally told us to our faces they're going to use the same blueprint in Lebanon too. Okay? So repeat after me. Israel is the world's largest terrorist organization. There's no way around it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They are actively deleting people off the face of the fucking planet so that they can steal that land and make it part of the greater Israel project. Oh, we're just fighting terrorism. We're just getting rid of Hezbollah. Then why are we killing innocent people? They're playing in your face. They're playing right in your face. I don't think...
But they're the chosen people, y'all. They're the chosen people. Bless Israel to be blessed. Now, this is one of the most disgusting clips that I've ever seen. Candace posted it, and we're going to watch it together. It's going to boil your blood.
You asshole, you suck. You and you fucking Jesus could kiss my ass, okay?
Go away.
Screw you. Go. Don't camera, no camera. I break you.
If you're proud of what you do and how you are, why don't you want the camera? If you're really proud of it.
Don't take picture, okay?
Then
Screw
go away.
you Nazi. You fuck. Don't take camera. I break your camera. Don't take picture. Shabbat shalom. No picture. We don't want picture.
Shabbat shalom. After just saying, cursing out Jesus.
Leave. You need to. You can't come in here. This is not your house.
This is not your house.
We killed Jesus. We're proud of it.
You hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? Let's respond. Let's rewind that.
We killed Jesus. We're proud of it. Where are you?
That's what the Talmud says.
Heard that?
Get the fuck out of here. This is my land, you
This is not your land. It belongs to these families.
land, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill you and the Palestinians. You Nazi, you son of a shit.
Hand for there.
This is my land. God gave it to me.
They sound like jealous Edomites. Esau, he gave up his birthright. This is who they are. They're Edomites. And so this is probably why they have that jealousy. This is my land. Because they literally gave up their birthright. That's part of their past, their ancient past, their history, where they came from. Esau merged with the Canaanites. So they both have Canaanite blood and blood of Esau. It would make sense. It's an ancient brotherly feud of envy. Esau gave up his birthright for a pot of soup, a bowl of soup. And the Canaanites were very wicked. They worshipped Moloch, Baal, the star of Remphan, which they still have today. These are why they are Canaanite Edomites.
Fuck you. Nazi. Call everyone you want. I'm gonna kill you. Bastard. This is my house. This is my land. God gave it to me. And fuck you.
I don't even think I want to bleep out any of this. I want people to hear their speech, their wicked, debaucherous speech for what it is. Back to Rabbi Shmuley, his lovely song.
We don't choose orange genociders. Israel is a righteous nation.
That's what you call an abomination.
You Jews deny the sun. Yes, because they're Canaanites. The Star of David is not the Star of David. The historical symbol of Israel is the menorah, not a pagan star. That star pre-exists Zionism. It is a wicked pagan symbol the Canaanites employed. You can look into this. The Bible warned that Israel took up the star of Remphan and Rampha and these pagan gods. serving Moloch and Baal. The symbols, the statements, the Talmud, it's all there. It's all obvious. The Talmud is clearly satanic. The symbols are satanic. The denying of Christ is satanic. They do not serve Jehovah. They do not serve our God. What does it say? Read it again. Whoever denies the Son does not have the Father. They don't serve the Father. So many Christians are going, we serve the same God. We worship the same God. They're God's chosen people. They are Canaanites. They are not serving God. They do not know the Messiah. They have actually boldly rejected Jesus and have made statements like he's boiling in excrement in hell.
Can you explain why the Talmud says that Jesus is boiling in feces and Gehenom? That's because Jesus went against God by telling people that they should follow him instead of God. And he spoke against the sages. And he was a Makhti Arabim. He was what's called someone that entices the public to sin. And the punishment for someone that entices the public to sin is to go to Gehenom, to a segment of Gehenom, the 7th level of Gehenom, and there's a certain section in there that's boiling feces, and that's where he is.
I don't care what they say. I don't care that they say they're part of a synagogue and they worship the same God. No, they don't. Whoever denies the Son does not have the Father. May they repent and come to know him. Some Canaanites can be saved. John 8:42, Jesus said to them, if God were your Father, you would love me. If God were their Father, they would love Jesus. Now, you know you're deceived if you think you need to believe a man in a funny hat or a nation that the Rothschilds built over the words of Jesus Christ, the Lord himself. You've been deceived if you think God is their Father when Jesus explicitly tells you, no. Look at verse 44, very clear. You are of your father the devil. This is the synagogue of Satan. Those who claim to be Jews and are not, but lie. The Canaanites, the Edomites, those that had infiltrated Israel, they are of their father the devil. Do Jews deny the Son? Yes, because they're Canaanites.
Very well said. This is a pastor that I've been following kind of recently. He's been blowing up on YouTube, just doing sermons exposing the synagogue of Satan. Very well done. I believe his name is Rich Tidwell. I'll link this video in the description. But I mean, what they did to Gaza, they're doing to Lebanon now as part of the greater Israel project. And yet some Christians, quote Christians, are still supporting this wickedness. These are literally innocent people dying in Lebanon, y'all. It's not just a military attack. They carpet bombed Lebanon. And this was over the span of, I think, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Let's read the caption here. This is what the first day of the ceasefire looked like. Yeah, the first day. This is why I believe Iran gave up on the ceasefire deal because, well, Israel was still attacking Lebanon. Israeli forces launched a sweeping attack on Lebanon, striking over 100 locations in less than 10 minutes. The airstrikes were carried out during peak hours aimed at maximizing casualties. They do not care. They want to do the same thing to Lebanon as they did to Gaza. They do not care if they are innocent civilians, which shows their debauchery, which shows their Canaanite, Edomite heritage. And actually, this is a resemblance of Amalek. And so Amalek is essentially the Canaanites and the Edomites and the Horites all coming together to create these warlike actions. Amalek attacked Israel in the wilderness when they were fleeing Egypt with Moses. And they attacked the weakest, the outer portion, the weakest of the people. So they're also Amalek as well. And that's what you see happening in Lebanon. And they called the people in Palestine Amalek. Go figure, they're Amalek. Over 250 people have been killed according to the latest figures, though a final death toll has yet to be confirmed as people remain missing or trapped under rubble. The Israeli strikes on the country continue. According to analysts, Israeli forces carried out the assault in deliberate violation of the ceasefire terms, seeking to destabilize the agreement, excluded. See, Israel does not want a ceasefire. All they care about is war. Why has the United States been in war for decades? Basically, very few breaks in between. We've almost always been at war since, 2001 area. And really, throughout the last 50 years, we've almost always been at war. Actually, throughout the last century, we've almost always been at war. Because that's when Israel started to really invade the U.S. politics and just our system. And they love war, they hate peace. So no wonder they don't want a ceasefire. Excluded from the negotiations and facing mounting domestic criticism over the military and political failures of the Iran campaign, when no stated objective was achieved, Israel's military and political establishment launched one of the most violent attacks on Lebanon since 1982. In a scenario, somebody commented, in a scenario where Israel attacks the U.S. would be on Israel's side. How sad. That's absolutely insanity, but I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, it was the U.S. fault and we get attacked. Let's say they bombed New York City. They'll probably blame Mamdani or something and support Israel. That's probably what they would do. Mamdani's the mayor of New York. Oh, that's why Israel attacked New York and killed 1 million civilians. Oh, yeah, let's continue to support Israel, guys. I'm not even playing around. That's probably what would happen. Israel only knows genocide. Stop arming Israel. Look closely. They are not just numbers. Each of them had a life and a long story, but the Israeli enemy killing machine ended them. Keep paying your taxes in the USA. Israel depends on you. Well, we kind of don't have a choice. If you are a U.S. citizen, you have to pay taxes, or else the IRS is going to literally garnish wages. They're going to take assets. They can do all of that. So if you are a USA citizen, you literally have no choice but to pay taxes. You can literally be arrested. Your wages are going to be garnished. And that's so unfortunate. Even if you live overseas as an American, they still are going to go after your taxes. The only country, mind you, that you can live permanently as a permanent resident overseas, even have dual citizenship overseas, and they still go over your tax return. They still expect you to file a tax return and are going to try and take taxes from you. As a literal citizen somewhere else, living permanently somewhere else, the only country, the U.S., does this, which actually influences some people to renounce their citizenship, which I might be considering. I don't know. I really don't want to, because I have family here. Like, what if I want to come back to the U.S. to visit friends, family, do events here in the U.S., in the future, whenever I come back to maybe do events in the future, I would want to be able to come here and not have to have trouble getting into my home nation. But the fact that they tax you if you live permanently somewhere else is ridiculous to me.
طلعت رفاعي هون طلعت رفاعي بربور هون على دوار الزيتونة هيدي الضربة القوية اللي ورا رفاعي هاي الضربة القوية.
So this is as of April 7th. 1,500 people killed. That's crazy.
You must focus on Lebanon because Israel is about to turn Lebanon into the next Gaza, unless something's done to stop it. Don't take my word for it. This is literally what Israel says it is going to do.
They said this. They said this is what they're going to do. We'll see. We are going to do what we did to Gaza. Israel is reportedly planning to expand its ground invasion in Lebanon, aiming to occupy all territory south of the Litani River. Well, they're telling people they're going to do that. I think they're the biggest terrorists in the world. It's kind of like a bully telling you what he's going to do before he does it. The gall of doing that, but this is what bullies do, who feel they have unlimited power and nobody's going to stop them.
The Israeli occupation forces are planning an invasion of the southern parts of Lebanon, and they literally said that this is going to be like their incursion into Gaza. There was also the dropping of leaflets onto Lebanese people by air, and these leaflets literally said that they are going to turn Lebanon into the next Gaza. That means they're absolutely going to destroy it, and make it uninhabitable. And unfortunately, this is something that
They're dropping leaflets. That was in a movie, actually. I think it was made by Obama in 2021 area, 2022. And what is that movie called? Because this is crazy. Obama's End of the World movie. This is literally what happened in that movie. I watched it. Leave the World Behind in 2023. Okay.
The flyer in Arabic that said "Death to America" on the front and on the back. We ask you to pay immediate attention to what we say and end this publication. We have the most dangerous and destructive explosives in history, and we leave this horrific fact for you to contemplate and stress the validity of what is.
These are the leaflets in that movie. It was in Arabic. It said "Destroy America." I mean, that's essentially what Israel's doing, but you see how similar this situation is.
Said, I'm using this on your land, and steps must be taken to stop the resistance built for the peaceful surrender
And it's red. The leaflets were red. Wasn't that the same color in the leaflet that we saw earlier?
of your land.
Look at that. Look at that. It's very similar to the leaflets that we saw in that movie. That's crazy.
dropping of leaflets onto Lebanese people by air, and these leaflets literally said that they are going to turn Lebanon into the next Gaza. That means they're absolutely going to destroy it and make it uninhabitable. And unfortunately, this is something that Israel is capable of doing. Lebanon is not a big country. It's roughly half the size, actually smaller than half the size as New Jersey. And Israel is playing the exact same propaganda that they did for Gaza. Remember what they said for Gaza? Oh, you know, we need to strike this area, that area, because Hamas is there. They're saying the same thing in Lebanon when it comes to Hezbollah. But of course, what is Israel striking? It's striking paramedics. It's striking a very popular beachfront in Beirut. And it's not even a question of targeting Hezbollah, because some of these areas they're targeting are actually inhabited by Christians, for instance. And so
they don't care. They do not care. Look at some of these comments. I'm a Christian in Lebanon and more of the northern region, so I think I'm safe. I don't know, but I'm praying for my Muslim and Christian brothers and sisters out there. USA and Israel are terrorists. They are going to do a false flag Hezbollah attack on U.S. soil. This will be the consent they need to flatten Lebanon, and they will use the same excuse saying they are hiding in people's homes. It's always been about stealing land. The greater is not real is happening, as Netanyahu said a few years ago. All they know is destruction. They are Amalek. Like, why would you destroy a town like that? Is this a military installation? Like, is that a military installation, this town? Or are these civilians? Let's see what this comment is saying right here. Lebanon holds the most Christians than any other country in the Middle East. This is BS. They're destroying Christians because those Christians refuse to leave. This is BS. The state of Israel is not biblical. They spit on Christians for preaching the gospel and openly mock Christ. Mind you, Lebanon is more Christian than Israel has ever been. Look at where our tax dollars are going, my fellow Americans. Look at this. Yeah, so this is a huge reason why I feel the need to leave the U.S., just so I can stop supporting the U.S. with my tax dollars. Even if I leave the U.S., though, and keep my citizenship, I'm still going to be audited by the IRS in America. But there are ways to avoid paying U.S. taxes depending on what country you move to. It's just the tax law can be very complicated, but there are certain ways to avoid that, which I plan on doing when I do move, which is kind of like a 2-year goal at this point. So, but yeah, I do want to keep my citizenship if possible, but if the Lord leads me to renounce it one day, then I will do that. Unfortunately, it's disgusting what the U.S. is doing and allowing and doing it all in the name of our ally. All in the name, really, of Christian nationalism, which is actually not Christian. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. May the Lord keep you. May he bless you. May he shine his face upon you always and give you peace. Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Amen.